Hey, it's Adam Hawk with The Fellowship with Adam Hawk and Ryan Engel. Thanks for coming back to part 2 of a special edition of The Fellowship with our guest host, Craig Dunlap. We're going to pick up the conversation and mercifully put it to an end in about 30 minutes. So thanks again for coming back and checking out part 2 of The Fellowship with special guest host, Craig Dunlap.
So golf, you have a golf company, I hear.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, so, you've been one of my favorite guests at our golf tournaments. How many actual complete rounds of golf have you ever played?
At your tournaments or in my life?
In your life.
0. 0 times. Yeah. I kind of have a record of not playing any. Now it's become my thing to not even play any golf.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
But he's there.
As long as I make it on the board, as long as I make it on the board, and
Yeah.
usually with a term like, the director of golf or whatever,
Yeah.
I just go, that's it.
Yeah.
Because I'm here here to party.
But you're
with
in
my
a
friends.
foursome and you're out there and you're not really playing. You're just taking
Schlepping drinks.
Taking people's bags off of their carts before they drive away. You do this thing on the 18th hole, and I had to, go through it. It was my rite of passage, my first time being out there, where you and your crew just drop anchor out there. You don't really address anyone that pulls up to the 18th hole, and you just
Tight move.
shark teeth these beers, spit them all over everyone, and then just don't say anything, and then people have to tee off while you're just raining fountains of beer all over everyone.
That doesn't always happen. It definitely did happen once I heard.
Yeah.
It happened once. Well, what originally was the 18th hole when we used to try a little more, our foursome, huge shout out, Chico, Brett, Beresford, Belly Slater. We got Max,
Eric.
Dex, the Dexter, and we got Colin,
Corona
Bojangles. Corona Colin,
Tried 'em all.
Bojangles, Colin Emery. Tried them all. Corona's the best beer. We got all our boys. We are probably the only team out there that's never... I mean, I'm sure there's other guys. But we've been playing since maybe the 6 or 7. 6 for sure. I think Max, Ryan's former
played
employee who took over the shaping side
Yeah.
as far as the machine stuff. Max brought us in. He's like, hey, guys, Ryan Engel. And we're like... Who? And he's just like, my boss. And I was like, no, never heard of him. He's like, the long hair guy with the Bob Marley guy. I was like, oh yeah. I've heard of that guy. I've heard of him before. He's like, yeah, you were at his wedding. I was like, not ringing a bell. He's just like, no, he lives in your condo complex. And I'm just like, no. And they're like, lifted tundra, Lakers shit all over. I was like, oh yeah. I've heard of that guy before. So Max
I couldn't
has
even swallow my drink.
Max-
You got
Max-
outed two different ways right there.
Max has us come out. He goes, hey, it's cool. I know it's not you guys' deal. And Colin will golf. Our other, one of the foursome.
Yeah.
Chico likes golf. They're all real athletic. Colin's good at everything. Chico's, he's there. Max was at the time pretty into golf. So I'm like, oh, it sounds like a party. I like the desert,
Yeah.
So we show up. First night, it was kind of early on when we were all still renting a hotel at the last resort of the desert, the Indian Wells Hotel or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So we were still there. We get into the neighborhood, and we're like, not to harp on Indian Wells, which always comes up with Ryan, but we go into the neighborhood, and it's Friday night, leave work early, go out there. I'm not a golfer. Like I would say I might have never golfed in my life at this point.
Up until that, yeah.
Up until this point, but I also vowed to be the best dressed.
Yeah.
I go, fucking, all these nerds. I'm going to be the best dressed golfer out there. We all got themed. Looking back, it was horrifically. We all looked not stupid. I looked great. Everyone else kind of just like half-assed it.
Yeah.
And everyone at the time was dressed so poorly that we like ran away with it. Everyone goes, literally, it was like, this guy's wearing pants?
Yeah.
That was it. That's all it took. I wore pants. That was it. I wore jeans and a tank top, and I won best dressed.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how it was.
Uh-huh.
Jeans, Crocs, and a tank top. And everyone was so poorly dressed at this thing.
Yeah.
They just looked like trash. They
Yeah.
were all trash people. Just all of them.
I love it.
All in tech fabric trash, dude. Nipples everywhere. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
So we go out there. We get in the gates. We get in the gates of the renowned, obviously in this world. Indian Wells, the best thing they've ever done was let Ryan and everybody come in as far as a younger generation.
Yeah.
Because no one knows. Country clubs are weird and, stodgy and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But we get to go in. We go straight to the house they're renting. It was on what? The ninth fairway. Yeah. We go in, cruise up. Ryan's all like, hey, and he had just got the cart, the kind of famous, the cart that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Just bought the cart, and he's like, dude, like, come out for a cove run. And I just go, yeah, whatever. And we were buddies, I just joke. But we weren't best friends. Well, we might have been, But it was like, yeah, okay, let's go,
Yeah.
So I hop in the cart. He puts in the tape deck. Probably, it was Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Puts in the tape deck. It's nighttime in the desert in May, which is to me like I know everyone likes this time. I mean, right now the post October, the season of golf. I don't personally care for that as much because I'm not a golfer. I don't want some cold night and moderate day. I'm not 90.
Yeah.
I want hot as fuck day and like hot enough night to where you're just kind of cruising with a t-shirt, barefoot. Oh my god, barefoot, grass, golf course grass at night. Nothing better.
Yeah.
So we get in this thing. Ryan puts the tape in. I'm sure he did it to every chick before then too. But we go out and I'm just putting on the chapstick. Like, here we go, baby. All right, what do I get? We go down the well. We pop up. Sprinklers going, dodging sprinklers, and we're just cruising with a couple cocktails. We go through the well, hit what is that, number 3?
3, 4,
3,
5.
4, all the way around, turn the corner, and it's without a doubt. The only thing that I can describe that as is the diorama they had at Knott's Berry Farm that they painted, and they have it like up. You're from North County. I mean, you live there.
Yep.
The dioramas they used to have in the like ghost town of like painted with uplit at night, and you're like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That in real life, and all these rocks are uplit, and the mountain, it's all just boulders, and just the arrogance of man. Like, we're gonna put lights on this fucking mountain, whether these bighorn sheep like it or not. And this thing lit. We turn the corner, and I'm just cocktail, 85, 90 degrees with the breeze. Wet grass, Dean Martin, turn the corner, and I just was like, this is it. This is all I ever want to do.
Yeah.
This is the only thing I care about. I'm buying a golf cart. I'm freaking getting out here every chance I get.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up to every one of these things. We go out, light a backwoods or whatever we do, hang out, smoking cigars, looking at the shit. All right, cool, let's cruise back and go back. And it was just like, new person.
Uh-huh.
Just like, hey, what's up, nerds?
Yeah.
You haven't been to the burning bush.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I throw the tablets down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to go back out there again to get the tablets again. Another Old Testament
No,
reference.
you went from new
Come
to old,
down.
and now you're in the book of Exodus.
Yeah,
I
so I'm
appreciate
coming
it.
down, and it was just so cool. It's a bummer that most people are never going to experience how tight it is, because now we stand at the gate and go, hey, get the fuck out of here. You don't have a country club, let's get out of here. I flex.
Yeah.
Flex on people. Like, this is our neighborhood.
My
We
favorite
rent
thing
it.
now is all, because now that there's video footage of this stuff, and now that social media is a thing, we're all posting stories or pictures after the fact of us going out on cove runs at night and shit like that. So people who are following along know about it. So now my favorite part during that whole week that they're out there is the calls that come in. And now that you are one of the main guys who rents one of the houses on the fairways of the groups that we do, I think, speaking for both of us, when the outsiders go, hey, call me into the gate, get me in, and be like, oh, sorry, bro, we're up. Yeah, we can't do that.
I already put my name in. I mean, we're all trash renters. Dude. No one in their own thing. Yeah. But for that 1 week, we're the
owners.
Coolest renters in that whole damn place.
Yeah.
And it's so fun, and it's to be like serious. It's so cool to go and be in a scene that's different from what we have, because we grew. I mean, to all the people in the Midwest, we live in probably one of the nicest areas in the world.
Yes.
In the United States,
Yep.
For sure. One of the most expensive.
Yes.
And I think now with everything and all the people moving in, you're like, dude, this is crazy what we grew up with. Obviously, you didn't. You grew up with Molotov cocktails and fucking hooded sweatshirts. So it's different for you. But we're like, we're jaded. It's hard to see something. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. That house probably isn't even $30 million.
Yeah.
But you go out there and it's a 2-hour drive. that's what's rad about California.
Yeah.
The only cool thing about California is that you can go, in a 2-hour drive, you can change everything. And the Coachella Valley desert scene is so weird and cool because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, why is this here?
Yeah.
You're surrounded by sand, and then it's just probably, I'd imagine, the most golf courses per square foot of anywhere in
Everywhere
the
in
world.
the world, yeah.
It's just insane, and they're all pristine, every one of them.
Yeah.
I've never, I don't golf, but I've been to enough things where I've had to pay to fucking sit in a golf cart.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'll pay $80 any day to sit here and crush cocktails
Yeah.
for 4 hours.
Yeah.
This is awesome because you're just driving around drunk in a park.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than driving drunk in a park.
Right.
Yeah.
Legally.
Legally.
I think you just also confessed to getting a deep discount. It's $150 for everybody. Craig pays $80, huh?
No, not an Indian Wells.
No.
I meant like the Indian. What's Indian Canyon?
Yeah.
Like one of the other.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get that big. I think I got a discount.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what's up? I'm the other one. I'm
Yeah.
the CEO
Yeah.
of Nation Swing Lube,
Yeah,
the
fellowship.
tournament, the fellowship. I'm
Yeah.
kind of the guy, and they're like, oh, this guy seems cool.
How come none of Ryan's other friends jumped in and wanted to like co-run the thing with him? You guys just were like, hey, you do it by yourself.
We just probably didn't have any faith in him. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, you get a lot of guys who are like, oh, let me help out and stuff, but it's like there's just no real like it's hard to make that happen, But
Everyone's got shit going on.
Craig is obviously a doer. He's very handy. He's very talented at a number of things.
Yeah.
But
Very.
yeah, well, yeah. Front, so
A lot of editing we need.
yeah.
To do. My dad watches
And
this.
all the
Yeah.
curse words. So
Yeah.
I'm an honest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't curse one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been that I think for me, speaking for myself, the best thing that we've done collectively as running this tournament, so to speak, is like I've said in prior episodes and in conversations, is maybe golfer isn't the correct term, but we've created a culture of people who are aware of how cool that is and how cool the game can be and the fellowship and getting together and especially that area, like himself, there's been so many guys who when they get the call up, if like a team is out and like, the other guys get in, it's their first thing every year is the response is just like, I'm never missing another one.
Right.
No,
And it's,
you don't.
and it's,
You can't.
you can't. It's something that's really special, and we're just lucky to have it where we're having it. And I was just lucky enough to be given the kind of channel and avenue to pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate Craig probably the most because he's someone that I can rely on to help me execute the day of.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, we don't even need to really talk much. It's like we just know what we're doing. And,
Yeah, this is still my show, so we're not going to stroke me. Adam already did that. What I will say though is, going back to the thing and never missing it.
Yeah.
It is my show, so I'm going to talk about myself some more.
Yeah.
Year 2, I bought a golf cart.
yeah.
Yeah.
I went out and I was just like Craigslist on the way out.
Didn't you
go-
buy it for like $300?
I bought it for $300. That was back when Cushmans were nothing. I spent a lot of money getting it, but it drove
Yeah.
onto the trailer. I have a golf cart. Ryan obviously has the cart. Capistrano Classic Carts. We started a fake golf cart club.
Yeah.
And got in the Dana Point Festival of Whales Parade lying. I just lied and I wrote this whole email and all this stuff. This is a side story.
The world's only.
The world's only relevant classic golf cart club is what I said, and then they were like, hey, cool, we need some what I don't know, you would know the term, but like a little blurb about you guys to read off during the announcement.
Yeah.
And so I just stroked. I was like, oh yeah, dude, we're Capistrano Classic Carts since 1969.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
just like, oh, you guys been around that long? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're a classic. All these carts. So then I'm naming like the 5 carts we have.
Yeah.
But instead of just being like, oh, we got a couple of Cushmans, I was like, we have a 1973 Cushman. We've got a 1969. We've got a Nordskog. That was
Yeah.
a Max.
Yeah.
Max had a cart.
That was
This
the
was
one we sold to Jimmy, the Bones movie.
This was a
Okay.
few years after I had mine, redone it. Shay had a cart. Our buddy Shay Troutwick, I'm sure he's watching, from Aliso Viejo Country Club. And then a couple of Ty, Ryan's former brother-in-law, but always around.
Yeah.
Ty had a cart. We all had carts.
Yeah.
We fake it. We go like, oh god, this festival, Dana Point's parade.
Yeah.
It's a week parade. San Juan Swallows Day parade's the parade.
The parade. But they don't let motorized vehicles.
Non-motorized. So we go like, we'll go to the next best, Dana Point. If San Clemente had a parade, it probably wouldn't be as cool as Dana Point's. San Juan's is like up here, down here, down here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get in the parade and they go, hey, we need like, whatever for the intro and all this shit. I type up this just like, blah, 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 representing the wide variety of classic carts from the golden era of golf. Just this BS.
Yeah.
We get introduced after we sat for like 9 hours in a parking lot. They're like, hey, you got to get there at 5:30. So we towed them all to my parents' house because they live closer to where we could coast them downhill. Because we're like, dude, I don't know if we got batteries to make a parade run. It's like a mile. It's like a mile and a half. I don't think our carts will have this. Ryan had the old, the 3-wheel Cushman that he donated to the club, all this stuff. And so we send this thing, we wait. We're like, dude, we're like the last. We were like the last 5 groups. We're like, they boned us, man.
Yeah.
They're boning us is what they're doing, to quote Scott Young, our boy. Huge shout out Scott Young. Boning us at the last resort of the desert. So they go, all right, cool, you guys are here, and everyone's gone. Marching bands, everything. We're driving, finally get the go. It's like 11. We're like, dude, this is pretty.
We've been there all day.
All day. They're like, hey, you got to get everything down. So we're at like 5:30 a.m. after we towed all the carts to my parents, blew out 2 tires. Yeah. 2 tires on a trailer going 3 miles. Yeah. Like just blew. It was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Get down. We got matching jackets. I had jackets printed with the logo. They were sick. Yeah. Like, if you don't own one of those jackets, you ain't shit. No one cares about you.
Yeah.
So we get all the jackets. We look rad. We do this whole thing. They announce us. Ryan's cart breaks down.
Yeah.
Going on the uphill, which is like 6 feet of elevation.
Yeah.
Breaks down. We're pushing carts. We're like, this is the grand entrance of the downhill on PCH, the Pacific Coast. They probably even have that in Washington.
Yes, they do.
They even have PCH in Washington. That's how great this road is. Yeah. So we're going down PCH. We finally get there. Ryan pulls a cigar out, and we're at a parade. And it's, 2017, 18, whatever year it was. Pulls out a cigar, and he's like, I'm fucking smoking this cigar. Driving, and we're trying to do, like Shriner type, like figure eights.
Like the Blue Angels.
Weird formation.
Yeah.
Ryan's
5 miles an hour.
Ryan's cart coasting down the hill. We're just doing like braking and backing up and doing all this shit. No one cares. No one in the city of Dana Point cares at all.
Yeah.
They're just looking for the whale balloons, dude. But we come down and they announce us, and they said verbatim what I wrote.
The whole thing that he
and I was like, oh my god, this is so bullshit. It was like, but since 1960, established in 1969, the Capistrano Carts are the premier kart club in Southern California. And they go, the world's only relevant classic kart club. And I was like, these people, is like the teleprompter read in Anchorman.
Right.
Where he just goes, fuck you, San Diego, or whatever he says. I go, they don't even care.
Right.
So we do the thing, we're laughing, the handful of friends and family in the audience thinks it's fun, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we have photographers, all this, 0 photos of us make it in anything.
Yeah.
And they've got the website, the city website, the newspaper comes out, nothing. And I was like, I know we were top coolest thing.
Yeah.
Like, we were the end, but we were, in my eyes, the coolest thing that we had going. Nothing. Ryan's like, where are these photos at, dude? We did this whole thing. We should have some photos. Starts emailing the city. Hey, this is Ryan Engel, CEO of Nation Manufacturing, surfboards and
Space,
whatever.
Space, period, exclamation mark, space.
I am 37 years old and I demand these photos. He starts trying to get these photos because he was like, yo, dog, we got some free sick-ass professional photos of us looking cool.
Yeah.
And this is when it was realistically just me, Ryan, and Shay, our buddy, because we all had the coolest cards. I've got the yellow one. Shay had the blue Taylor done. That Max originally owned, sold to Shay. Shay redid, spent a bunch of money on, never fixed any rust on it. And then I had the Cushman,
paint over it.
all the yellow with the dingle balls. Ryan's obviously got his. So we were like pretty invested. And we're like, we can fake this thing till we make it because we just made it. We're in a parade. Do this whole thing. no photos. And Ryan starts just harassing like a psychopath, like Mark Wahlberg in Fear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's just like, he's like, give me the photos.
Yeah.
Nothing. They're like blocking. They're blocking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you lit a cigar in this like family parade. And he's like, hey, driving like this. Dude, he's got the tiller, dude. He's got like a 3-wheel. So he's driving like cruising down
Yeah.
PCH
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
thing.
Good
No
luck.
photos ever surfaced.
Yeah.
I don't think they were like, yeah,
No, I
sorry.
screenshotted one that was fuzzy, and I finally got a response back from whomever took it. And basically, long story longer, it came down to, oh yeah, we got some photos of that I can sell you,
Oh.
whatever. And so he sent me like a watermarked like super small one that you like can't even blow up because it's
screenshot.
pixelated, just to show us. And it was me in the front with a cigar, and you guys were all like fuzzy in the back, like crossing over like that. And I'm just like, you know, just like you're saying. And he's like, yeah, we can do it like $300 or $400 a photo or whatever. And I was just like,
Forget about it.
yeah,
We'll reenact it.
never
on
doing
PCH.
that again.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
doing that again.
They proceeded for 2 years to email me asking us if we were coming back. I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry, dude, we're busy.
Yeah.
We're busy.
No photos, no time.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. We just got shit.
Do you believe that the cigar smoking is why there were no photos?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nick, are we tape? Okay. Well, you know what we do here?
Yeah.
What we do here at the Fellowship is pin.
Yeah.
We usually give a gold pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have a gold pin, so I'm going to take Ryan's gold pin.
Oh, this is lovely.
I'm going to take
Because I can get another one.
I'm going to take this one and pin myself as the host, CEO,
Yeah.
CFO. Sorry, Adam's dad.
Yeah. Hey.
And then,
you did your research.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on this?
It's
you.
official.
Yeah.
Greg's
official.
part of the club.
Welcome to the Fellowship. Thanks for our 10th and final show. I'm Craig Dunlap, your host, your gracious host. Thanks to my guest.
Craig, I got a question for you. One last
Okay,
question.
well, Nick, we're still
Wait,
going.
can we have
let
you
it ride, baby?
Yeah, let it ride.
We're gonna do it live.
Can we have you
doing it
back?
live.
Will you come back on the show? Will you maybe switch seats with us at a time in the future?
Funny story. I've actually been on the show prior to this.
I've seen it.
And I know that's not on the internet.
Well, we were a little looser.
A little different. It was before
you
we
know,
had
but-
Adam, the professional here.
I have thrown a liberal wet blanket over this company.
Well, that's what you guys do.
Yeah.
That's what you do. So, your people. That's what your people.
Yes. Shout out to my people.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, to the Fellowship. This has been a
Are
great
we done?
episode.
That was awesome.
Hey,
we've
cheers,
got,
Dave.
Thank you, buddy.
We've got stuff to do, so
Yeah.
I want to apologize for anyone that we offended, and actually, I don't want to apologize to anybody. So, you know.
I do. They don't, but I.
Yeah. Shout out to Ammunition Whiskey. This was a treat.
It was dank.
It was dank. We enjoyed it. Craig, thanks for having us.
Thank you guys for coming down to my warehouse.
Yeah, it's great.
Now get out of here because I got to ship some orders.
Yeah.
And I'd like to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
The double champ. That was Conor McGregor right there.
That was the worst Conor McGregor ever, dude.
Thank you, Craig. That was awesome, man.
You did great. You did great.
Too good. That was so good.
Yeah.